ethanol blended fuel. We're focusing and continuing with that discussion because for decades India has spent enormous foreign exchange importing oil. How much can higher ethanol blending realistically save the country over the next decade? And given what's happening over the Gulf, it is a point of crucial discussion. Dr. Jain is with us. He's the president of the Grain Ethanol Manufacturers Association, and Mr. Tutu Dhawan, a renowned auto expert. Mr. Dhawan, let me quickly come to you because I'll give the final say to Dr. Jain later on. You see, Dr. Jain was saying that mileage is a problem. It's a concern. Let's not say problem. Let me rephrase that. It's a concern at the moment. But so what? We have to deal with the cards that have been put on the table. Do you think, apart from mileage, there are other concerns as well? I was scouring through the internet, just like I was saying earlier. You know, there were some problems with the engines. There was some problem with how, the mechanisms are not built yet for this transition. But hey, we've got to transition somewhere or the other. So there might be teething issues in the beginning. But when we have to move there, what will be a better time to move than right now?
Look, honestly speaking, I don't see any other problems coming up other than mileage, because all these engines which are now coming in, they are suitable for flex fuel. And of course, when you do these transformations, you have to pass through certain tests and certain what do you call situation where where the marriage has to take well properly, and it has to last longer. So obviously, at the moment, everybody is, at a point of concern as to what is going to happen. Let me tell you, nothing is going to happen. All these engines, they are suitable for flex fuel after 2023. But the only thing is, yes, this ethanol fuel for older vehicles like Euro 2, Euro 1, and even older, our what we call it vintage cars.
There's one,
It
there's
is
one
it's
little
a
aspect that
test.
I'd like to throw some light on here, Mr. Dhawan. Fuel stations, they're offering, lower ethanol petrol as a choice for owners of older vehicles. We're talking about whether a full transition is inevitable or is it even possible. But I'm talking about the option and the choice. We don't know what's really going in the cars' tanks. Should there be better transparency on that front? Maybe that's going to increase the confidence of the common man out there.
You see, actually speaking, it is going to take time. Everything is going to take time, and even to satisfy a customer, it has to take a little while to be able to. I mean, let him be the judge himself. I mean, after he has used the car for 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years, obviously he'll realize whether there has been any change in the maintenance bill of his car, or he has lost out on something that we really this fuel has not
So
given him.
so the opinion that I'm getting right now is that let's not be alarmist about this. Let's try and
Yes,
embrace the
yes,
situation as well. There are going to be teething problems, but that does not mean that we completely junk the entire idea. Dr. Jain, how
absolutely.
significant is this move for India's long-term energy security, given with what all is happening in the West as well?
So let
Well,
me just reply first thing. If the mileage drop is there, it is a known fact. It is not a after effect. Niti Aayog has given 3 to 6% drop in E20, and that is what is happening. As far as this is required, what to be done? You see, we need to increase our ethanol consumption. We have to replace as much as possible petrol. Now, there are two debates. Right now, E20 and another is E85. For E85, they have reduced the price by 20 rupees. The gap in E20 and E85 is around 20 rupees, which is humongous. That will take care of the mileage drop and
All
other
right.
things. Now, one more thing.
Yeah, yeah.
E85 is present vehicle crop is not capable to handle E85. That is why only the government OMC has put up 50 petrol pumps only. And within 2 years, they will put 5,000, whereas the country has 4 lakh petrol pumps. So you can imagine that
The
government is
company is
also
also
taking,
the government is also taking very small, slow steps.
yes, those steps,
Easing
yes.
the entire crop vehicle into that. I get what your point. So essentially, you see, we shouldn't be focused on the bigger risks. If Brazil can run E27 and even E100 successfully, I think the focus should be on what lessons India can actually pick up from there and what mistakes we can avoid, because eventually we have to get there. So
Yes.
let's focus on that. I think we're going to leave it at that. Mr. Dhawan, many thanks for taking out the time.